Alright, this one's 4.
Yeah, I had heard about this. The FBI, they know all this stuff, whatever. The government about the UFOs and things like that. So, there's been stuff going on. And also something about some reptilian thing. I know it's all demonic, and I think that's why that they have these reptilian people somewheres buried deep. They're living underground somewheres, and they're very dangerous, and we're like food to them. I've heard stuff like that, and I think they have something or someone that they think they can control or contain. I think that's a joke. You can't contain Jack. But anyways. And they all say that they describe them as like reptilian people, okay? Really huge, all kinds, okay? And I think that's why Dan Bongino resigned. Because he was just Secret Service, stuff like that. But once he got into FBI, he got to see what's really behind the curtain that they're sworn to secrecy about, that they cannot tell us. But, people have been letting stuff slip by and leak through, okay? And it has to do with these people. And even that lady on the plane, remember? Because they can take it off without thinking or whatever. She saw it, she freaked out. There's a video, everybody's seen it, surely. So, yeah, they must exist. But some of them are huge, monstrously big, okay? Okay, bring up that reptilian situation. Okay, well, they're demonic. They have a low vibration naturally, okay? And since we've been speaking Psalms, we've been raising the vibration basically of the world. Definitely over America, because this is where it's coming from. It's coming from us. That's why we were able to rapture Iran from America. That was amazing. That was the first one. Okay. So I think, this is my theory. Oh, they said they're leaving in droves. Some people that know saying all these reptilian things are leaving in droves, and they don't know why. They're all low vibration. I think what we're doing is hurting them. They can't take it. So, because nobody was doing the work. It was just me with my little turret, But now I've raised up some people, obviously, who don't want to go through end times, revelations. So yeah, they're on board. So yeah, I think we raised the vibration so much that they left. I'll just read what I wrote. The vibration was making so uncomfortable that there was a mass exodus of this reptilian, I said demonic people. I said, good, keep up the work. What else can we drive out of here? Keep putting the hurt to them. Yeah. Okay, here, let me see if I can. Oh, I said I could read it. This was about the business letter. I created it, but I got to add to it. Hold on. All right, I wrote, okay. I don't know if I have done. What? Yeah. Jesus is not playing. Yeah, he told me to read it out loud. He is sick of churches. He ain't playing church. He ain't playing Christianity. He's sick of it. He's mad at pastors, furious. He's going to kill a lot of them. This was on the 19th, so this is new. Because the last time I was here, it was the 13th, okay? He's going to kill a lot of them. He said so, okay? So this is your chance not to get killed. Not to be one of those who get killed. Okay. I say, if the pastors are bad, I'm not to care. They are low vibration, I'm not to care. That's some stuff. That's on the pastor. Okay, blow up Jesus. We were discussing. No, I already covered this person. I don't know why she came up again. This person is just jacked up. Life has done a number on her. This is why, okay. Because it applies to everybody, okay? It's just not about this one girl. Okay, I'm just going to write what I wrote at the time. Remember, I am dipped in Joyce. So it was not any behavior that I displayed that caused people to shit all over me, basically. Or anybody. They feel righteous in their treatment of me, okay? Okay. But basically, he says, this applies to everyone who lashes out at people. Okay? Life jacked you up because you were not in your Father's ways. So what do you expect? Why blame me or anybody you can't stand? Because you weren't living the Father's ways. Y'all need to stop blaming people that live the Father's ways and look at yourself. If you feel anything towards people like that, that means you are in sin. You're in untruth. Sucks to be you. Yeah, Jesus was angry. Okay? So that's the end of that one. Did I do this one already? I guess I'm done. Am I done? Let me check. I feel like there was more. I did that one. I did the reptile. Yeah, that's it. We're done. All right. Well, as usual, it was a pleasure. I keep saying I need to get more stuff, and of course I don't have that piece of paper anymore around here. Oh well. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. All right, we got this. We're not going through Revelations. We're not. Okay? We don't need to plan jack. Okay? You just get that teaching really good, become the best Christian. You know what? If it's real hard, be like Jesus. What would Jesus do? At every turn, before you talk or before you walk, before you do anything, what would Jesus do here? And be truthful to yourself. Oh yeah, I gave that Jesus letter to some black lady. Jesus impressed upon me to go do it. I was at the China Buffet here in Livingston. I think we're getting another one in Alaska. I'm just thinking. I saw something that kind of looked like it could be. I hope so. We need something like that. Anyways, she was a black lady, and God said, go. Because I happened to have that Jesus letter in my purse. I meant to give it to my seamstress. But it was in my purse. I said, okay. He said, go give it to that lady over there. So I did. You know, I don't know any strangers. Anyway, she walked in, some older lady. She's probably my age. And she walked in with her husband. And so I went to her and I said, I know you don't know me. I said, can I sit here just for a second? I want to tell you something. Sure. And I told her that I talked to Jesus, and Jesus had me write this letter. I know, Clayton says, people probably think you're crazy. Well, maybe they do, but, you know, if they just listen to what I said, they'd be greatly blessed. And Jesus would bless them. Okay, so I gave her the letter. And I said, this is something Jesus had me write. And I'm making more copies, but I had an extra one. I thought I'd give you one. And so I didn't want to look at her. You know, I just left. I said, I'm sorry if I bothered you, and then I walked away. And I was like, I don't know, 3 or 4 tables away. And I'm not sure, but I think I heard crumpling of paper. I sure did. If that's what I heard, then she's a short bus and she's going to hell. She didn't receive jack. Oh, well. Not everybody belongs to him. I know, it's scary. If they saw that dude, spirit of death, shoot. They beat this. I'm telling you, God. Oh, well. All right. I love you. See you hopefully next Monday. I'll try to stay on top of my game. Okay? Bye.